Welcome to Conversations in Between the Realms, a podcast where the mystical meets the everyday. Join Amanda Nova and Beth Renov each week as we dive into the profound journey of awakening, sharing our experiences, insights, and the lessons that guide us toward our divine purpose. Together, we awaken and guide our souls and others, exploring the magic of living in the 3D while staying connected to the higher realms, embracing the challenges, and celebrating the growth. You've been guided here for a reason. Trust in the journey and let the unfolding begin.
Hello, and welcome back to Conversations in Between the Realms. I'm Amanda Nova, and I am here with the lovely Beth Renov, and we have a guest today, my friend Alana, and we are going to be doing something we've never done before, which is a live session. And I just felt like the energy of everyone now. I'm like getting nervous. Oh my goodness. Hi, Beth. Hi, Alana.
Hey.
Hi.
Welcome.
Very excited to be here today.
How's everyone doing? Is everybody okay? Are we okay?
Shining today, so I think that's helping.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So the energy it's been rocking and rolling. I feel like I was looking this morning at the Schumann and it was really out of control. So if everyone is watching it on YouTube, it's really crazy today. So I think it's a good time to be doing this session because this is going to send us some more energy. Okay. So before we open the space and get into this, as personal as you want to be, Alana, like obviously you can share whatever you'd like. This is being recorded, but kind of let us know if there's something that you would like us to focus on, something that's bothering you, whether physically or emotionally, or just something that's been going on that we could kind of like take a look at, if there's anything.
I mean, is it possible for me to just be open to whatever the universe has for me today? I kind of like to do it that way because it's like maybe there's something that I don't know that I should be focusing on, like, that you pick up on as a message for me. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, I definitely got earlier that there's something going on in the throat and chest, tightness in the throat and chest. So maybe, Beth, we could focus there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I had stuff come through before we even got on, like your spirit guides and people coming through. So,
Should we
maybe
just
something's
open it?
gonna lead from there. Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna open the space, just to get everyone aligned. So if you guys can both just close your eyes for a moment, just ground us in here. Shake off all the jitters. Okay, so let's start by taking a deep breath in through the nose, into the belly, and exhale, sigh out, while just coming into the room. And another deep breath in, and exhale. And just taking a moment to each of us in our mind, just call in our spirit guides, any of our soul brothers and sisters, any ancestors, any spirits that want to come through for the good of all involved. And the space is open. Alana, do we have permission to work within your energy today?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, everyone, take one last deep breath. And exhale. You can open your eyes. And Beth, if you wanna take it from what came through already, and then maybe we can just kind of ping pong.
Okay, so I connected. Sorry, I didn't ask before, but I assumed you coming on. It was okay. Okay, so this like mushroom village. It was like a fairy tale village came up, and I just saw like the mushrooms with like the red caps and the white polka dots. It was very ethereal and like a fairy village, and I got like a fairy like Tinkerbell, very like here to like a magical, like kind of going back to like childhood giving you that, wonder, and kind of connecting back to that. Like, it seems like you need that, and she's here for that reason. Then you had a really interesting one. It was so weird. I thought it was going to be like evil at first, but it was this like black shadowy figure. But then it was like this woman with this like, it was just like goth kind of vibes at first. And it was like this woman with like a very frilly black, like all in black though. Like you couldn't really see her face. But then I saw it was like this like cool nun with an attitude. So it was very interesting. I've never seen that before. But it wasn't bad. It was good. It was just like you can have like this, devotion and let's say religious like connection, spiritual connection, but it doesn't have to be in line. It can kind of be your own. It can have flair. It can, have some attitude. It could be like you and make it unique, but there's still this thing of like connection. And, I think it goes with the fairy is like we need to all come together and bring in the different sides of you. So I don't know if those were actually people versus just like parts of you that like these guides are protecting, right? And bringing out.
Mm-hmm.
Then this angel, I have to look this one up, but it was an angel on a chariot with a headdress. I was getting Egyptian or Greek. They had a staff, but it was like charging forward. And I got Cleopatra, but I'm not sure that is actually right. I'm just gonna look up.
Egyptian deity, Beth, or
Sekhmet.
Sekhmet's our girl with the lion.
Yeah. Kind of saw a lion. Okay, you got a lot of protection, so maybe this is that. Normally I would like go in, we're on a time constraint, so I would like look and see which one like really hit. This makes sense because the next one was a male, kind of like authoritative but father figure, someone who died in their 50s of a heart attack, but is like there for protection. And I don't know if they were like a police officer, but they had some kind of like authoritative vibe, but they were there for protection to watch over you to make sure you're safe. So I don't know if any of that resonates, but
Do you want me to tell you how like on point you are with some of this? Okay. So it's really funny the way that you explained it because recently, very recently, like within the past couple of weeks, I've been like, is there a way that I could incorporate like a traditional religion almost like how I grew up Catholic, but I kind of like totally knocked that out. I want to incorporate it back into my life, but in a way that makes sense for me. And what I literally said to myself was like, you literally believe in fairies and mermaids. Why can't you believe in God? And you, I have the chills because
Yeah.
you mentioned like the fairyland and then the nun. So that makes so much sense. And when you were like, you can literally just make it your own thing, that's what I've been kind of struggling with. Like, do I have to go full force into, beliefs and dogma for it to work, or like, what can I do? So thank you for that. And then, my grandfather did die of a heart attack, but he was a little bit older than that. He was very authoritative and I feel him and see signs from him all the time. He died like over 20 years ago, but
right.
I know that he's around me.
It's interesting. Like, I don't know if he died then, but that's how he's coming up is like in his 50s, 60s.
That's probably how he wants to be
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like in his 70s, so it's not that far.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was validation for me, but I'm happy it resonated.
Okay.
And in terms of, did you say the throat and which other?
I got stuff in her throat and chest, like a lot
Chest.
of tightness there and a lot of like
So that's grief.
breathing issues.
And it's like okay, so the throat is coming up because you're holding back sobs. It's all coming from your heart chakra. It feels a little bit broken.
Yeah.
And there's like, it's like coming here, but you're like choking it back down. You're
Yeah.
not allowing yourself to cry. You're not allowing yourself to express that grief. And maybe it's that you just felt too much of it. And you're like, I'm over this. I want to just like move forward. But it's like you have to express that part. You have to allow it to come. It doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It just means it's almost like spacing it out. It's like we can't do it all at once. You would die, you know? So we're going to let it come out little by little. But the more you choke it back, the more you're actually like holding yourself back in all this. And I think that's why the like religious, like what you're trying to do isn't fully happening because you're not fully expressing yourself. When you can fully express yourself and allow your grief to come and like get out and have an outlet for it, like you will actually be moving forward in all these things. It's almost like that's the piece that's blocked. Like you have a block there, and I see this puzzle piece, and instead of like the piece there, you have a rock. So it's like you have to take the rock out that's not going to fit there. You know, it can put something in its place so it's not bare, but it doesn't fit. You know, so if you want to complete the puzzle, you have to take it out, feel uncomfortable that it's undone so that you could find the piece that's there.
Yeah. Okay.
It feels like, Beth, too, like it feels like to me, like in that area, like you're saying rock, and I see like the rock, but I also see like a bear trap. So what I'm feeling is like there's also a lot of fear in that expression. And underneath
Yes.
that fear, I don't know if that's like, yes, there's traumas that have happened within this lifetime that are like there on the surface. But then I also feel like I'm seeing like roots that are going deeper from the throat chakra into the heart chakra, where I'm thinking that like there's also past lives tied into this, where this is almost like something repeating itself that needs to be rewrote in a way. So it's like, yes, we're removing the rock, but we also have to kind of like unroot it a little bit because it feels pretty deep to me. I don't know if that's ancestral or past life, but it feels past life to me.
And current, probably
Yeah.
I've been told I have a
Yeah.
wall around myself.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
feels current. Not that there isn't something there. I think there is,
Yeah.
but it'd be too much to do everything.
Yeah.
But the rock is like literally cemented in. It's not like you could just pick it up. Like it has
Yeah.
to be like surgically removed,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And then like what I'm seeing from Amanda is like you put like it's like the heart shattered and you put the pieces back. And there's this like Japanese uh
Kintsugi.
yes, with the gold foil. So it's
Yeah.
like that's what Amanda has to do. She has to remove it and put the gold foil. It's just like you kind of threw them back in. It's like, okay, I smashed it and now I like put it back in, but there's nothing like connecting it. And you put the boulder on to like keep it in place, almost like a paperweight. Um, but I'm also getting like, and I think Amanda, maybe the past life is for the throat. Like you're not, I think this is kind of, it's together but separate. Like you're not allowing yourself to speak your truth on something. And this might be connected to what we were talking about, the like fairy, like, you know, like that
Yeah.
ethereal, but with the religiosity, like that spiritual connection of like you are holding yourself back. That feels like from a past life.
Yeah, there's a fear there. Like whenever I see a bear trap, it's usually that somebody's afraid to speak, otherwise they're gonna get clamped, right?
Yes.
And so that's like usually when I see that in somebody's chakra like that, it's like there's like a fear that's driving it. But you're also saying like that you see a nun. So to me, that's like, okay, you're connecting these two things, but there's so much fear there, especially growing up in the Catholic religion, of like, if I bring these two things together and then I'm going to speak them, like, what is going to happen? And that often is that like past life, that witch wound, right? Of like, it's deep, deep in the throat, connecting to the heart. And the reason why it's often connected to the heart is because that's your passion, right? Like, that's what your heart desires, and that's what is pushing you forward, but it's blocked because that fear is sitting on top of it, right? From that past life of like, you know, like feeling into it, obviously, there's witch wounds, but it feels like to me it's more of like there was a past life in which you were practicing your gifts, speaking your truth, and something happened. You were persecuted, you were killed, something happened that caused that to then be there on top of it. So it's like, okay, now there's grief, and now we're adding, Pandora's box.
You were
So if
in
we
the
take
church.
that rock, right? Yeah.
Like you were actually a person in the church. You weren't just like somebody who's like of the faith. You know, you weren't a townsperson. You were someone in, and you wanted to blend this. I think that's why it's coming up for you.
Yeah.
And you were ostracized or killed. You know, I'm not really getting which one. I don't know if it's physical harm or emotional harm or both. But there's this deep feel. I'm getting like loneliness. I don't know if you're picking up on any of that. So maybe it's the ostracization, but like you were cast out. You know, and so I think it's this feeling of isolation of like, I'm gonna be cut out. You know, I'm not gonna have anybody. And that also might be where some of the grief is coming from too. I don't think it's only from this life. I think that's why it's so shattered, you know. But it feels like that fear is stopping you, and because and why you wouldn't want to jump into like something with like the church or whatever it is, you know, because you've been there before, and it was a really traumatizing experience. I think there's a soul contract in there of like, I can't do this again. I have to steer clear, even if it means sacrificing this gift and what I can bring to this world.
Yeah.
Does that resonate?
I mean, I've had in this life like issue like religious trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure it has happened in a past life, but it also has happened in this life. So it's kind of like a repeating thing. So it's more complicated for me than just being like, oh, you know, I'm religious or I believe in God or whatever,
Right.
because it's kind of like an undoing of a lot of trauma based around that. So when you said that I could kind of make it my own, that's such affirmation for me that I don't really have to follow whatever, you know, I could just have my own belief system, and that I wasn't really sure, even though I know in my heart, like, of course you can. People, or, you know, there's so much on the internet. There's too much information out there. It's confusing at it, like after a while, because there's too much. You hear every side of everything. So you saying that is really validating for me that I could just kind of like forge my own path, and I appreciate that.
Are you having physical issues in the throat or the chest area? Like, are you having like heart palpitations, like anxiety living in the chest, a hard time breathing, like swallow, like, are you having a hard time catching your breath?
I think it's more like broken heart. Like,
Yeah. You feel like that tightness, that like pain. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, it's all in that area. And I think it's all connected. So what I think we can do, I mean, Beth, you tell me, like, you know, I think we should just lift it. I don't want to pull everything out because I think that that might be too much right now.
You're just there
Just
to
lift.
like, I just see you surgically removing. It's like you have to take like a knife and like dig it out and lift it. You can't get anything underneath. I think you're going to need a little time, and Amanda does eventually have to take that out. But I think for now, this is going to like be the thing that gets out of your way. And you're going to feel, I think initially, it's almost like a Herx. Do you know what a Herx reaction is?
no.
Okay, so it's like once the sign of getting better is you actually get a little bit worse. Yeah. So you might feel, I mean, you might feel complete relief. I don't know. But I could see it opening and then you feeling a little bit raw. So if there's a little bit of a depressive mood, that's normal. It's just really taking care of yourself. But I think it's almost going to be like a floodgate opens because you've been holding back a little bit.
Yeah.
But then once you release, it's going to feel so good. You're going to feel a little bit of a weight lifting.
Mhm.
And then you're going to kind of be like charging forward.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think we could lighten it a little today. I think we could like
Yes.
move some stuff around. Like, I
And
don't think,
definitely the throat.
yeah.
Like my throat
Yeah.
started to hurt. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So
I feel it in the throat. So I'm trying to think about how I want to do this because, you know, this is like, we're doing this live. So, I mean, I guess just close your eyes and get comfy. I mean, I don't know. I usually even have my off, not
I'm gonna sit back.
stand, sit back, relax, get comfortable. All right, let's see how I want to do this because I have to close my eyes when I channel too.
well, Amanda, do you want to put your camera off, like on? Would that be more comfortable for you?
Oh, no, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna close my eyes. I mean, I can't handle with my eyes open anyway anymore, so I don't know. Hmm?
Should I close my eyes?
Yeah, close your eyes. Yeah, close your eyes. I'm gonna help you to do a little bit of a visualization. So we're gonna kind of like bring the light in and like move it together. So I want you to imagine the top of your head opening. And as it opens and your crown chakra opens, I want you to imagine a white light coming down and into your crown, moving through your third eye, moving into your throat. And as it's moving through, I want you to imagine that light clearing out the darkness. Okay? Keep it moving down into the chest, into the heart, expanding, opening. Take a deep breath in. I want you to now imagine on your next inhale and exhale, fill your body with that white light. So inhale and exhale. I want you to feel that pressure in the chest beginning to lift, beginning to dissipate. You have to exhale if you have to make a sound. It might help to inhale and then use the vibrations to go down the throat. Your throat a little. Keep breathing. Place your hands over your chest. And the next inhale and exhale. Imagine that light now dispersing. It's moving out and around you, surrounding you in a bubble of golden light, filling your body with warmth. Keeping you safe and protected. I want you to imagine your spirit guides around you, all holding you, placing their hands on you and holding you as if you're in a cocoon of warmth. As if you're in a womb. Feel wherever there's pressure, I want you to feel that releasing. If something needs to come out, let it come out. And just breathe normal. It's okay. So you're just clearing that pathway. You have one more inhale and then exhale audibly. Okay. Beth, did we lose you? Okay. How do you feel?
Can I open my eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
surprise. No.
So that was cool. So I actually felt almost like, I don't know how to explain it, like a coating in my throat and like a pressure. When I started putting my hands on my chest, I felt like a pressure. So it's almost like trying to energetically pop the stone out of my heart and like through the throat chakra.
Yeah. I was like pulling it out.
Yeah. From the
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah. Yeah. You did good. And to Beth's point, like, I feel like today you might feel things resurface a little bit, but then I think you're going to feel lighter. And I think you're going to feel better about this pathway of faith. And honestly, like, if we think about it too, like, the Catholic religion was a bunch of people deciding that that's what they wanted to believe,
Right.
right? Like, not to go too far into all of that, but like, your decision is like your sovereignty as a soul who's waking up and remembering who you are and what you're here to do. Part of your path is to lead you here to now create this new faith. And I don't think it's going to be just for you. I actually think you are going to be sharing this with people. I think that this has more length to it than just you. That's why it feels so scary to you.
Yeah.
Because you're like, this feels like it's for me, but also like you're creating something entirely new that is going to be shared with others down the line. So this is like the thing that's like, you needed all of these things to happen for you to get to this place where you could be like, I lost my faith. I found my new faith, right? Like, you had to kind of lose your faith to get here.
Yeah.
And I just see you teaching this to other people and like bringing this into what you're doing with people. Like, I honestly, I'm going to say this, like, I don't see you doing tarot readings for very much longer. I think you're going to be teaching more of this like faith.
Yeah.
And bringing your intuition into that and your mediumship into that, but in a different way. Like, it's almost like connecting the spirits, the angels into this and teaching others how to utilize this versus just doing readings. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes so much, because I know we've talked about it before, like me teaching something has kind of always been something that was like a goal, even though I didn't know exactly what that looked like, what I was even teaching. But that's been like a message that's come up a lot in the past probably 2 years about me teaching and me teaching.
Yeah, I think this is the turning point. Like, what I'm getting is like, you needed to get to this point so that you could lose your faith to recreate what you think faith should look like. And all of your history with the Catholic Church and Catholic school and all of that stuff is just going to bolster like your experience and being able to teach others, because you're actually going to be teaching a lot of people who are like you and like went through the Catholic schools and now they're like lost and they've lost faith, and you're going to show them that there are ways to do things differently. And that's really what you're going to do and kind of create your own little community that way. It's really going to be cool. I see it. I see it all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's really cool. So I looked up, this is why I was like, I don't think it's that Egyptian goddess or
is
whatever
it Greek?
it was.
I think it's Greek.
It's Greek. So it's Selene. And when she says,
yeah, the moon
goddess,
the moon goddess.
So listen to what she does. So she's famously depicted driving a silver chariot drawn by 2 white horses, oxen or mules across the night sky. She is distinguished by a crescent moon crown and a luminous cloak embodying the lunar body, and she completes the celestial cycle by bringing light to the night. So that's exactly what you're doing. You're bringing light to the darkness, and I think that's why she was here.
Wait, I just showed Amanda I have a crescent.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay. She's here for you. I have chills on my legs.
Light
like
to the darkness. I mean, what bigger thing is than bringing faith to people who have lost their faith? I mean, that's literally light to darkness. I mean, that's exactly what you're here to do. So
it's beautiful.
Ooh, all right, we got there. You feel good. Do you have any questions before I close the space?
No, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
So how was this for you? And especially we don't always do it like together this way. Like I think this is only like our second or third.
We've only done it this way once before, so we really have no idea how it's going to go. I think we were both I was really nervous. I could feel Beth's nervousness in the beginning.
Yeah.
Never be nervous, especially with me. No, it was great. And it's amazing to feel the power, like the sitting in the power with multiple people kind of building the energy at the same time. I think it's really powerful. So it's really nice.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing this with us. I'm going to just do a quick closing. If we just close our eyes and just do a quick thanking to our guides. So just thank you to our spirit guides, our angels and ancestors, our soul brothers and sisters, and our higher selves. Thank you for doing this with us today. Our circle is now closed, and so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you would like to work with Beth or I, reach out. You guys know where to find us. We are going to do a few more of these. A lot of you have volunteered. We are we're trying to really take people who listen, people who know us, even though we want people who haven't worked with us, but we want people who follow our podcast, follow us. We did have some randos, and we don't want random people, guys. We want people who are in our community. We're doing this for you guys so that you can see what this is like for a lot of people who are maybe afraid to step into this type of work. Thank you, Alana, again so much for doing this with us. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
Okay, great.
Bye.